hemma.
Archon Larson, Ms. Lyra, we have the latest updates on Domain 9 and the Gray Space entities.
Thank you for your hard work. Master Yu has already briefed me about the situation in Domain 9, but I'd like to hear your thoughts.
Based on our recent observations, we've noticed that abyss currents occur quite often in Domain 9, and the disasters caused by Gray Space entities are extremely severe. We've also seen quite a few Gray Space entities similar to the ones here in Vera.
Could those be the ones that have migrated from Vera to Domain 9?
They likely responded to the Hive Mother's call and traveled to Domain 9 via the abyss currents. Personally, I think there's a strong possibility that the Hive Mother is in Domain 9, but we don't have the ability to pinpoint her exact location right now.
How's the doctor doing?
Dr. Rubilia noticed a peculiar Blackstone ruin and initiated research into it, along with Lord Ling Han, who is in charge of Marshville. I believe she will bring us more insights on the Gray Space entities soon.
Shirley and I also made some discoveries regarding the Blackstone ruins. There is a powerful Gray Space entity being held captive within Ignisville's Blackstone ruins. With the seal on the ruin gradually weakening, the Gray Space entity tried to escape its confinement. The situation has been resolved, but at a cost. There's barely any lifeblood left to sustain the operation of the timestamp system in Domain 9. If the lifeblood is depleted, the Gray Space entities imprisoned within will immediately break free and wreak havoc. And without the support of timestamps, battling these Gray Space entities would become even more challenging.
Indeed. We've heard about this from Master Yu. Inspired by Domain 9, Lyra has conducted in-depth research on Marsoid ore.
That is right, Archon Larson. After restarting the investigation of the confounding abyss, and combining it with the findings from Domain 9, we've made significant breakthroughs in our research on Marsoid ore. We have narrowed down why Marsoid ore can serve as a substitute for lifeblood. The energy contained within Marsoid ore is essentially omnium. Just as the Executor said, there are Blackstone ruins that exist in Domain 9, which bear a striking resemblance to the ones in the confounding abyss. It's not surprising that Domain 9 also has minerals similar in nature to Marsoid ore. Unfortunately, after thoroughly analyzing the data provided by Master Yu, we found that the known reserves of Marsoid ore in Vera are far from sufficient to fill the gap.
So what do we do? There must be other solutions, right?
We are not completely out of options. Marsoid ore and lifeblood are merely different forms of energy. The energy that provides the timestamps is omnium. In other words, all we need to do is to provide enough omnium. Should Domain 9 be able to construct its own towers of fantasy and start extracting omnium from Mara, energy depletion wouldn't be a problem anymore.
Tower of Fantasy.
Of course, this also comes with risks. Master Yu is already aware of the harms and impacts caused by the Cataclysm, the Omnium Plague, and the out-of-control Omnium Reactor within the Tower of Fantasy. Anyway, Domain 9 is considering the solution. If the conditions are met, it would undoubtedly be the best choice. However, this is based on the assumption that Domain 9 falls within Mara's energy radiation range. If not, it's all just talk.
How can we know for sure?
District 7's application of Omnium technology isn't that advanced. We'll need the assistance of District 9.
I'll get in touch with Archon Elric and Master Yu later to discuss the matter and finalize a solution. You've done a great job exploring Domain 9. We'll be counting on your continued support for our future collaboration with them.
We're glad to be of help.
Now then, Miss Shirley and the Executor should return to Asperia to wait for Archon Elric's instructions. In terms of other partnerships with Domain 9, there are some details I need to confirm. Tianlong, come with me.
It's finally my turn to go to Meroria? The popular magic-themed masterpieces and the hyper-realistic merchandise from that city I've been thinking about for so long!
You'll need to touch bases with Miss Lyra in Meroria, then make your way to Domain 9 through the Celestial Gate.
I suppose that could work. Even if I can only stay for a little bit, I'm sure I'll get a chance to snag some goods.
Executor Miss Shirley. Allow me to introduce you. This is Brevi, a Tower of Fantasy engineer.
Hello there. I'm usually cooped up at home, but even I have heard about you two. At least, I think I have.
We have already reached an agreement with Domain 9. Once we confirm that Domain 9 can harness Omnium radiation from Mara, we'll commence the construction of a Tower of Fantasy. Brevi is set to accompany you to Domain 9 for the initial inspection. If the optimal solution for Domain 9 to obtain Omnium is indeed the construction of a Tower of Fantasy, Hykros will spare no effort in providing assistance and support. Even though the construction of the Tower of Fantasy has been essentially stalled since the Cataclysm, our research on Omnium has never ceased.
But at this point, we've run into a roadblock that we can't seem to overcome. It is what it is.
Hopefully, our understanding of Omnium can assist Domain 9 and the entire human civilization to safely navigate through the gray space entity crisis. Venturing to Domain 9 to investigate the possibility of constructing the Tower of Fantasy is our first step.
Bleep bleep. Hykros' current technology is more than capable of conducting the investigation, but understanding the local conditions, well, that's another story.
Bleep, bleep? Is that the name of some new technology?
She says it's her special notification sound.
Huh?
Don't worry, Teach. I'll be careful with these, uncommon phrases to avoid any possible misunderstandings. Rest assured, I'll uphold the image of a serious and reliable Hykros researcher.
I'm sure you'll handle it appropriately. Don't worry about your projects here. I'll have someone take over. If there's anything else you need, just let me know. In addition, an executor will be appointed to go with you for your safety.
Anything? Well, I would like a large amount of extra funding. Also, can I choose my own bodyguard? I want Yanunu to come too.
Considering she might still be on a mission, it might be best to choose from the others first. I'll check on Yanuo's schedule later.
And no matter who I pick, there'll be a stranger. Never mind. can get along well with the Executor and Miss Shirley. I'll be fine without a bodyguard.
Wouldn't that just burden them with additional work?
What do you guys think? This is actually my first time leaving Hykros. I'm not really sure what kind of problems I might encounter.
Don't worry about it. Just leave it to us.
Keeping the team lean. That's not a bad idea. While you're on your mission, could you also keep an eye out for this inexperienced student of mine? I'd really appreciate it.
I can take care of myself even if Yanunu is not around. Yes, this is also a necessary challenge on the path to making miracles.
Well then, I'm looking forward to working with you, Miss Brevi.
different here.
How do you feel? Are you uncomfortable at all?
Perhaps traversing through space-time barriers all in one go is a bit too much for a first-timer like me. My sight is growing ever dimmer in the encroaching darkness. If I were to fall here...
We'll get you to a place to rest. Come on.
That's the scene I had imagined, but it turned out to be easier than I thought. Bleep bleep! Thank you all for your concern. I've done some last-minute cramming. I think I'm as ready as I can possibly be. This trip has been surprisingly uneventful. There's no opportunity to put those survival skills Yanunu mentioned to use, it seems. Like, how to survive in the wilderness with no signs of civilization, and how to survive by foraging for edible plants. I thought there might be a chance to put all this knowledge to use.
It's not that extreme.
I seem to be doing fine adapting to the new environment, but the accommodations have me a bit worried. Making the bed and doing laundry isn't my strong suit. I predict that within a day, I'll have the guest room in a total mess. I wonder if there'll be any staff to help.
I think that shouldn't be an issue.
Okay, that's good to hear. Now that we're here, let's get straight to work. This is a rare hands-on exam. If my teacher thinks that I'm the type to drop the ball at crucial moments, it'll make future funding applications even harder.